Devotees often ask me what it was like to be with Srila Prabhupada. And the first thing that comes to mind is that it was unlike being with any other person I ever met. But really, I think the most important thing for us to understand is the effect that Prabhupada's association had on us. I saw people coming to ISKCON within a matter of weeks or even days sometimes, transforming 180 degrees from very selfish people to thinking about how we have to save the world. Think about that. A person who is just an ordinary, so-called ordinary person, living an ordinary life, thinking about themselves and what will make them happy and so forth. And then they come to Krishna consciousness. By the influence of Srila Prabhupada, they're thinking about the welfare of others more than they're thinking about themselves. They're going out every day on Sankirtan to try to help other people. So this feeling that I want to help other people, it was very strong within us. And my personal experience was that it was like Prabhupada took something out of his heart and implanted it in the disciples. Another thing is devotees worked very hard. A lot of devotees were not that hardworking before they became devotees. And as we know, Prabhupada worked very, very hard. And that became the culture, that became the mood. In a similar way, it was like Prabhupada's mood of don't waste a moment in Krishna service was transplanted in our hearts. So we may have been lazy. We may have never worked in our lives. We may not have been ambitious people. And now, within a few weeks, a few days, we become very ambitious, very hardworking for Krishna. So the effect of the association of the pure devotees is kind of like osmosis of their qualities being absorbed by us. But we understand that. That's true with anyone. But specifically, I felt that Prabhupada was just like blessing his disciples. Here, I need you as my arms and legs to serve me. So I'm going to endow you with the qualities and the consciousness that's necessary to do that service, because without those qualities and consciousness, you won't be successful. So I'm going to give it from you. From me, I'm going to give it to you through my mercy, through the transcendental system, and then you will be equipped to serve and surrender more and more. What else was it like being with Prabhupada? It was like when you were with Prabhupada, everything was okay. It may not have been okay the day before Prabhupada comes. All of a sudden, you don't have any problems. All of a sudden, everything is blissful. It's like the spiritual world just descends on you, because problems are just conceptions, just subjective ideas. This is a problem. And those subjective ideas just vanished in Prabhupada's presence, because when Prabhupada was with us, it was like, we're living in the spiritual world. There are no problems in the spiritual world. There are only problems in the material world. And so it was amazing, and everyone will tell you, whoever met Prabhupada, and no matter what was going in my mind, no matter what problems I had, if I wasn't happy, whatever it was, Prabhupada would come, and then he would come into the temple, and he would ask a question. And the question he would ask is everybody happy? And all of a sudden, no matter what your state was before Prabhupada came, you were ecstatically happy. And you'd say, yes, Jai Prabhupada. Now, it's also significant, I believe, from my observation, of Prabhupada asking this question. Implicit in the question, is everybody happy, is Prabhupada's desire to make everybody happy. This is what Prabhupada wanted. He wanted everyone to be happy. He came to give Krishna, of course, to get us back to Godhead, but being compassionate person cannot stand to see people suffer. The compassionate person suffers when he sees other people suffering, even more than he suffers himself when he suffers. So when Prabhupada says, is everyone happy? He's saying, I want you to be happy. I don't want you to suffer. I want you to see Krishna. I want you to have Krishna. I want you to taste Krishna. One time Prabhupada was with a devotee, and he was describing Krishna, and Prabhupada said, can you see? Can you see what I'm describing? And the devotee said, no, Prabhupada, I cannot. He said, Prabhupada said, I want to show you. I want to show you. That's Prabhupada's desire. His greatest happiness is to show us Krishna and for us to be happy. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Gaur Premanandi Hari Hari Bol.